I'm just gonna look however I look in this video. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Crezney. Welcome back to my channel. How you doing? I know it's been a minute, like a fat minute, but that's because I was in the process of moving. My family, we move a lot, so if you know me, you know. We finally moved into our house. It's still getting figured out, and I'm sorry the lighting is pretty bad. To me, I think it's bad because I feel like my videos should be brighter, so I look a little dark. Lighting is just very off right now, so please bear with me. I'm not here to do a little update or anything. That could be for another video because it is Halloween. It is October. I know I'm late on this video, but I've been waiting all my YouTube life to finally like film scary like paranormal stories, ghost stories for October. Those who know me, you guys know that I have a lot of like paranormal experiences. I've seen a lot of shit. Since I'm so late on this, I want to get like as much video in as I can before October is literally over, because it's already like halfway through. Like, I think a little bit more than a half, but I wanted to get a couple of scary videos out there, you know, spooky Halloween vibe videos out there before Halloween is over. So I will be posting Friday and then on Halloween as well, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can start getting videos out for you guys again. Anyways, I just had to get that out of the way for a little bit. Today's video is going to be a story time, and obviously on the title it's going to be about my ghost experience. So this story actually happened like way back. I was like 6 years old, like in first grade type of thing. We lived in an apartment somewhere in St. Paul, and this apartment, I don't know how old it was or anything, but when we first moved in there, everything was cool. I never felt a different vibe around it, or maybe because I was just like very young and I didn't like really catch on with the vibe, the energy of the apartment or not. But this one night I was sleeping. It's kind of hard when you're sleeping and paranormal stuff happens to you because you don't know if you actually saw it or if you're just like, you know, seeing shit. We only had 2 bedrooms at the time because it's just me, my mom, and my older sister. My sister would sleep in the other room, and then I would sleep with my mom. Let me just give you guys like a little view of how the bedroom is set up. So basically, this is the door, the closet, and then a window, and then we would put our bed right here. We're facing the door in the closet where we slept. As we were sleeping that night, right, I woke up in the middle of the night. The door was kind of back, so like the closet's right here, so you'd had to kind of like walk into the room a little bit. And the wall right here by the closet, there was like we had put like a foldable chair right there. Like, I don't know why we put it there, just kind of like set it against the wall right by the closet. I woke up in the middle of the night and the chair was unfolded and there was somebody standing on top of the chair. And so I was like, am I seeing something? And so I kind of stared at it, and like as I like made a view of what it was, and I'll never forget how this guy looks, but it was like a young guy. It was like maybe a guy probably like at the age of 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. And so he was there. This was weird because I don't know why, but like he was white, like very pale, very white. He wasn't see-through, he wasn't like shadowed or anything, but he was very white. He was shirtless and he had like swimming shorts on, and then on his hand he had like a surfboard. I don't know why, but like he was straight up smiling at me. Like, it wasn't a creepy smile, I'll give you that. It wasn't like a scary smile, but it was like a like ready to surf type of like, you know. And I was just like, what? Like, honestly, right off the bat I wasn't scared. I was just kind of like, what am I looking at? Because he was on the chair and he was kind of like crouched. He wasn't like super crouched, but he kind of like hunched over, like he's ready to like go surf and everything. I guess since it's my first experience, this is something I always like remember. Like, I can always remember his face. He was just smiling and looking directly at me, and I was like, what the heck? And so like I would like blink a couple of times, but each time I blinked he would like switch positions. It was weird. Like, each time I blinked he would kind of like shift his body this way or like that way, or like crouch more, or like some shit like that. Right then and there I realized that I was not just, you know, my eyes was not playing tricks on me. Like, I was like, this shit is real. And so I was like, fuck. And then like, you know, as a kid I was just like, so I put like the blanket over my head, and then I eventually went to sleep after that. I woke up the next morning, the chair was no longer up. The chair was folded and like put up nicely against the wall again. So I was just like, okay. And I had asked my mom, I was like, Mom, did you like keep the chair unfolded last night? She's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of like brushed it off. And then the next night I was like, okay, I need to experience this again. Like, I need to know. So I unfolded the chair before that night and I went to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and nothing happened. That was the last time I ever saw that guy. That was my first time like actually seeing a ghost and like actually realizing that he wasn't really there. Like, it was just some other shit, you know? I feel like this apartment was pretty haunted because like my sister and I have seen some shit. My mom like experienced some stuff, and then like we had like our aunts and uncles come sleep over and they would even like experience things of their own. I think we stayed there for like a year or two and then we moved to a different apartment. Still, we're in the same area that we were with our first apartment. The management was still under the same management as the first apartment that we had lived in. It was my sister and I and my mom again. It was just the three of us. It was again 2-bedroom, but this time instead of sleeping with my mom, I had slept with my sister. Back then when life was like super simple and everything, we had a computer in the living room and we had like a couch, right? And that couch was like a couch that you can turn into a bed. My mom and my sister, the three of us, we would just be in the living room. My sister and I would be on like the computer. My mom would like take a nap, or like we'll all just be watching something on YouTube together. This particular day was like a very sunny day. It was cool. My sister and I were like probably on Facebook playing Tetris, playing Happy Pets. You know, if you remember Happy Pets, we are automatically friends. We're just like on Facebook, YouTube, you know, watching some videos of our own and all that stuff. And my mom was sleeping on the couch, right? And so the computer's right here and the couch is literally right here. So she's sleeping here and she's facing us. So like if she was to open her eyes, she can see us and everything. So we're there watching stuff and she's falling asleep and she starts like making these noises. Like, we, you know, at the time we assumed that she was like crying in her sleep, and so she starts like, you know, making these whining sounds, like afraid, like she's afraid, you know. And so she's like, you know, she starts to make these crying sounds in her sleep, and we're like, what the hell? And so like we like kind of paused everything, we kind of like look at her, and then she's like, you know, sitting there literally crying, whining in her sleep. And so we're like, I was like, I think she's crying. And then my sister, we were so dumb. We did not know anything, right? And so we kind of look at each other, and then I was like, should we wake her up? And my sister's like, no, it's okay, let her sleep. And so we're like, okay. And so we start fucking laughing because we think like, this grown-ass woman is literally crying in her sleep, you know? And so we start literally laughing, and like my mom kind of like, she like jolted out of like her sleep. You're stupid. And we're like in the middle of laughing, she fucking wakes up and she's like, are you guys dumb? And we're like, oh, what happened? She's like, why didn't you guys wake me up? And we're like, oh, we didn't know, we thought you were dreaming, so we're gonna let you sleep and dream. And I was like, were you crying? Like, no, I had sleep paralysis. Like, why didn't you guys wake me up? I had sleep paralysis. And this was like definitely I don't know if my sister had heard of sleep paralysis before that, but this was my first time hearing about sleep paralysis. I'm like, what you mean? In our language, the way we say it is that we say we're getting sat on by like a ghost. So I was like, oh my god, you getting sat on? Like, oh my god. Long story short, she had sleep paralysis, right? And she was telling us what she had saw during the sleep paralysis. She's like, I could see you guys laughing at me. I just couldn't like move. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't wake up. And I could see you guys laughing at me. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? Well, like, what did you see? And the computer that we were at, the couch is right here, but then like right if you sleep here, you could see down the hallway of the apartment. And then like our rooms are like, this is my sister and I's room, and this is my mom's room. So when she was sleeping, she could see down the hallway and like both of our rooms, right? And so she was saying that she was sleeping and she was in paralysis and she couldn't move. And then when she looked to like the hallway, she said that she had seen a little girl skipping down the hallway and then like turned into my sister and I's room. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, you dead ass? Like, you really could see all of that? She's like, yeah. And then like I was like getting sat on by another girl, right? And she had like long hair. She was like not letting me move and she scratched me. I was like, oh. We were all in shock after that. Like, I was definitely very creeped out after that, but she just went on around the day like nothing was happening. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes after that incident had happened, we were like just still in the living room watching stuff together on YouTube and everything. And then I had turned to look at her, and on her chest, she had like a long scratch mark right here. And I was like, Mom, what happened? She's like, this is the scratch from earlier, like what I was telling you. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. In the paranormal, it can happen like that. I was like, oh. Like, I was just super shocked because, you know, when you're young, you don't know much about, like, the paranormal or the ghosts and, like, what they do, what they're capable of, and how they work. So I was just very, like, intrigued, like, what the fuck? After that happened, I don't think I felt anything else that was, like, weird about it or anything. It was just that, I guess, when you're little, you're just not, like, super aware, or you're like, you just don't really pay attention to those stuff. I can tell you guys a lot more scary stories, but I feel like I'll just kind of like leave this here. I do have like a lot extreme scarier ones, which I will be telling in my next 2 videos, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for Halloween, because that's when I'm gonna tell you guys my most scariest paranormal experience I've ever felt, like literally frozen fear type vibe. Stay tuned for my next couple of videos if you guys do enjoy listening to scary stories like this. If you did enjoy this video and you are new here, feel free to subscribe, come join the family. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to hear more stories or more scary ghost stories from me. Don't forget, on Friday I will be posting another ghost scary video, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!